Standard 10th, Subject History, Chapter number 2, Historiography, Indian Tradition. Accounts of foreign travelers in India are also important. Among them are Ibn Battuta, Abdul Razzaq, Marco Polo, Niccolo Conti, Barbosa and Domingo Space. Their accounts provide us with historic information of medieval India. All these scholars who visited India were from the medieval period. Ishwar Das Nagar, Bhim Sen Saxena, Kafi Khan and Niccolao Manukki were among the historians of Aurangzeb's times. Now we are coming nearer towards our current period. Aurangzeb is from the times of Shivaji. They were the historians of Aurangzeb's times whose accounts are important sources of Mughal history. That was the Sultanate period. This is Mughal history. Sultanate period means Sultan, Afghan Sultan, and this is Mughal history. Coming back to page number 9, Bakhar is an important type of historical documents of medieval times. Again, this is asked as a short note in the exams. Please mark it up. 2 marks question means you need to dig out 4 points as the answer. It contains eulogies. It contains stories of the heroes and stories of historic events, battles, lives of great men. Marathi Bakhars are of various types. Sabhasad Bakhar was written by Krishnaji Anant Sabhasad during the reign of Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj. It is an important Bakhar for getting information about the rule of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Eulogies means a speech or a piece of writing that says good things about somebody or something. Only good things, no negativities. So Marathi Bakhar, Sabhasad Bakhar was written by Krishnaji Anand Sabhasad about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Bhau Sahibanchi Bakhar describes the Battle of Panipat. Another Bakhar entitled Panipatchi Bakhar is also about the same event. Holkaranchi Kaifiyat provides information about the Holkars and their contributions to the Maratha rule. Now we are coming to the Maratha Empire, the period of the Maratha rule where Bakhars were very famous, very important type of historical documents. Now Bakhars can be divided into various types such as biographies of kings, dynastic history, descriptions of events, history of a sect, autobiographies regarding grievance based on mythologies, and state administration by a king. It was all relating the kingdom, the rulers. Now we will come to historiography in the modern period. In the 20th century, the Indian archaeological exploration and research started under the British rule. A number of ancient sites were excavated in India under the supervision of Sir Alexander Cunningham, the first Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India. This Archaeological Survey of India was formed during the British Empire. He chose mainly the sites mentioned in the Buddhist texts for this purpose. He was a historian. He was interested in history. He went through the Buddhist texts and whatever sites were mentioned there, he started digging them. Harappan civilization was discovered during the tenure of Sir John Marshall. Now this particular person is coming after Sir Alexander Cunningham. Because of this discovery, the antiquity of Indian history could be traced to the 3rd millennium BCE or even earlier. They were able to understand the Indian history and how far the history was inscribed. They were able to find this from the digging up of the Harappan civilization. Antiquity means ancient times, the olden ages. Many British officials in India wrote about Indian history. Their writings display strong influence of the colonial policies of the British. They are writing only what the British rule, how it created an impact on India. These 3 volumes of the history of British India, written by James Mill, were published in 1817. This particular person, James Mill, wrote about the British India. This was the first book on Indian history written by a British historian. This was not something written by an Indian. It clearly reflects, it clearly shows an absence of objective perspective and prejudice about various aspects of the Indian culture. It never gave importance to Indian culture. It only kept on talking about the British Empire, how the British colonies were made, what effect did the Britishers have on India. The History of India, written by Mount Stuart Elphinstone, Governor of Bombay, which is now called as Mumbai, was published in 1841. The period of Maratha Empire is very important in Indian history. Grant Duff's name stands out among the British officers who wrote about Maratha history. What was his book called? It was entitled A History of Maharathas. This book is published in 3 volumes. It's in 3 parts. Grant Duff's writing also shows the British inclination, how the Britishers were inclined of condemning Indian culture and history. They always showed Indian culture as something very diminishing, as something very bad, something very backward. Similar tendency is witnessed in Colonel Todd's writings about Rajasthan's history. Instead of glorifying our Indian culture and traditions, they always said or wrote bad things about our society. The 2 volumes written by William Wilson Hunter on Indian history show a somewhat impartial treatment of the subject. This person, a little bit, he was impartial towards the history writing. Neelkant Janardhan Kirtane and Vishwanath Kashinath Rajwade were 2 Indian historians who took upon the task of exposing the limitations of Grant Duff's writings. What the historians were lacking, what their writings were not showing the full picture, these 2 historians, Indian historians, completed the task and gave the real context of history. Now we will be talking about Indian historiography depending on various ideological frameworks. Now we will be coming to different types of historiography. The first one is colonial historiography. The early scholars who studied and wrote Indian history were mainly British officers and Christian missionaries, because India was ruled by the Britishers for a long 150 years. So the early scholars who studied India were the Britishers. Their prejudice, their partiality is clearly reflected in the way some of them have ridiculed Indian culture. They have shown Indian culture in bad light. Their writings were used to justify the colonial British rule. They were out to prove why Britishers were right in attacking Indian culture, in ruling over India, why it was necessary for the Britishers to be present in India. The 5 volumes of Cambridge History of India, published during 1922 to 1937 CE, are distinct examples of colonial historiography. They are completely biased, they are completely one-sided, glorifying the British rule. They are only talking good about the Britishers, and they are ridiculing, they are bad-mouthing Indian culture and traditions. Next, we come on to Orientalist historiography. Many European scholars felt curious about civilizations and countries of the East. Now, the Britishers were only from UK. Now we are talking about the whole Europe. They were interested in the civilizations and countries of the East. We are the East. They are the West. Some of those scholars felt admiration and respect for them. They found out the true value, they understood the true value of Indian or Eastern culture and traditions. These scholars were known as Orientalists.